What's up guys, welcome back to Healthy Recipe. Today we're going to be making a delicious miso soup. Miso is basically fermented soy paste. It gives a really tasty flavor to the soup. We have some organic miso paste and we're going to be using some tofu, some shiitake mushrooms. We're going to make a really delicious soup and super nutritious. So let's get right to work. Alright, so miso is normally a super easy and simple soup. There's many variations and ways of doing it. There's also many different types of miso paste with different flavor profiles and qualities. But today we're going to be using just these 6 ingredients here and of course water to make my own version of a healthy miso soup. So I have here about 2 tablespoons of minced ginger. Also about a tablespoon of minced fresh garlic. I have about probably 3 cups of sliced shiitake mushrooms. About a half a cup of onions. These are green onions or scallions. About a cup and a half of diced, this is tofu. About a cup and a half of diced tofu. I'm using a tablespoon of olive oil for sauteing. And I have some white miso paste. This is organic. I just ordered this on Amazon. If you guys want to get the same one, I'll provide the link below. But basically, I use about 1 tablespoon of this per cup of water that's going to create my miso broth. And the other ingredients, you could always get creative. You could do so many different things with this. Normally it gets kombu, which is a type of seaweed, as the base also. And some people use bonito flakes as another way of doing it. There's so many different things that you could do to make this your own. But this is how we're going to do it today. So let's get right over to our pot and start this up. Okay, so with our pot on medium heat, we're going to drop about a tablespoon of olive oil, probably about a half a tablespoon there. And now I'm going to go ahead and drop the garlic in. I like to kind of cook my aromatics first. A lot of people would just add the ingredients into the liquid. I just like that extra little layer of flavor from kind of like browning a little bit or sauteing the garlic. It just gives it like this extra fragrant taste to me. So that's just my way of doing it. If you guys want to try it that way, you're more than welcome. And already the ginger and the garlic smells amazing. It just puts you in a good mood when you smell that fresh garlic. It like opens up your senses. I'm gonna take the tofu now. Same thing. I just kind of want to get it permeated with those flavors of the garlic and ginger. Now to this, I'm gonna go ahead and add the mushrooms, and I'm just gonna leave it medium heat and kind of give it a little stir. And what I want to do is I want to get these mushrooms sweating a little bit and also infused with the garlic flavor and the ginger, so it'll make it really delicious. Now over here we're going to go ahead and mix our miso broth, and I'll show you guys how I do that. Okay, so miso generally is very salty. It's got a lot of flavor. It's fermented soybeans. So what I do is usually, as a rule of thumb, I go with about 1 tablespoon of miso paste per cup of water. So we got 1, about 2. Now what I'm going to do is just mix it a bit, break it down before I add the other 2. And you want to make sure that this is all broken down really well. and it'll turn in like a milky color like so. And some people like more flavor, more miso. Some people like less. That's about 4 tablespoons there, the color I like it. So they were really big heaping. And you could always add more if you want more flavor. Like if if you taste your soup and it's not flavorful enough, or it needs a little bit more of that miso element, then you'll know the taste, and you could always add more, more water if you need to dilute it. Okay, so our mushrooms are smelling really good with our garlic and ginger. We let them sweat for a few minutes while we made that broth. And now what we're gonna do is gonna take that miso broth and we're gonna put it in. And I got a little bit in the bottom, and to this I'm just gonna add a little bit of water and finish breaking down. Alright, so now I'm going to add that last bit of miso that was left on the bottom after we diluted it. I'm going to give this a nice mix. I'm going to taste it for salt and seasoning just to make sure it is where I want it. See if I have to add more water or more miso. That's really good right there. I'm probably just going to leave it at that. If it reduces and it gets a little bit saltier, I might add a little bit more water, but you could always control it from here. So now, basically, I'm just going to let this cook for about 10 to 15 minutes so the mushrooms get nice and soft and meaty and all those flavors married together. And we'll come back and then we'll check it. Then we'll add the scallions, cook for about another minute or so, and we'll serve. Okay, so this is basically done. It's been about 15-20 minutes since we left it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add these scallions, give them about a minute, and we'll go ahead and serve it. Alright guys, so look at this amazing soup. It smells so delicious. Plenty of mushrooms in there. Scallions. We got the soup base. So now, this is just my own personal preference. I'm going to add a little bit of Thai chili flakes for some heat. And that's just me. I like all of my foods spicy. This is really hot dry peppers that I actually ground down and made them into flakes. So basically that's the recipe, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to hit the bell so you can get new updates when we upload videos. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys really soon on the next one. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and dive right in. Give this soup a taste. It is actually pretty hot still. I'm gonna burn myself. I want to get it. Wow. This just brings joy to my soul, how good this soup is. The shiitake mushrooms have such a nice flavor. Well, the white miso is delicate. Then the Thai chili gives it a nice little kick. Then you have the scallions, add a nice bite of freshness. The tofu adds some more meatiness to the recipe and protein. This is such an easy recipe to make. You can make it over and over again so many different ways. I'll provide you a link to this specific white miso below, guys, the organic. So if you want to order it, you can order it directly from Amazon. The same exact kind. It's absolutely delicious. I think it's like $4 or $5 for that. Let me see. It is 17 ounces, 500 grams for like $5, I believe. So some really, really delicious miso paste that you can make many recipes with, and use it as the base of your flavoring for many different recipes.